Thank you, Carrie. I think it was a great presentation, great speech. It was a little bit different than any speech that I can remember you giving, in that this is a storytelling speech. And the speeches I remember in the past were those that were more serious, let's put it that way. There's a gauge, an informal gauge that we can do in our club that at least I do as to how advanced the speaker is. And in this case, it's a situation of how relaxed the audience is, because we are comfortable that we know whatever speech you give up here is going to be successful. I want to look at a couple of different details. I like the storytelling aspect of it. Franklin mentioned the box. Your box is really tiny. It is right here. It didn't move at all. So you're anchored right here, which is fine. You use gestures from the elbows. Interesting. They were good gestures, but they weren't full body gestures. That's okay. And I saw you scan the room and use a lot of good eye contact. So I thought that was a good point. You asked about pauses for effect, pacing, and audible pauses. Pauses for effect, I saw some. They could be a little more pronounced. You could make us a little more uncomfortable by just stopping, which causes people to be agitated, and for effect, that can really be powerful. Pacing was great. You told us a story. We could have been sitting across the room from each other in our living room. Audible pauses, I was really looking for those because you mentioned those, especially the word so. I counted 2, so that was great. I feel like you've got this inner humorist in you. I feel like you could be really, really funny, but I don't know how to tell you to do it, because that story lent itself to humor. Because describing your daughter and the interaction that you had with her and the whole family dynamic, really, I thought it was funnier than the laughter that you got. So let me run on that theme for just a minute here. I think that if you set up the description of the main character being your daughter just a little bit more, so we knew a little bit about her personality, and give us just a little bit more on her, I think that would have helped for humor. You can laugh at yourself, because I feel like it might be a little bit, I won't say severe, but at least not funny. You can laugh just by giggling, just by thinking about it in your head what you're going to say, and go, let me tell you about this. And then all of a sudden you're giving the audience permission to laugh. A lead up to the punchline, I just feel like, and the dialogue that you did between you and your daughter, I think that was great, and that's difficult to do. Maybe you use a little more voice. As you are using humor, if you get more specific eye contact and maybe work on your gestures a little bit bigger. I don't know if this is something that you want to do, but I love the idea of you doing more storytelling speeches, because I think there are a lot of great stories there.
That's great.